Okay, so just want to make sure everyone who's on this call right now already has this sheet printed out or filled out or knows what I'm about to pull up, the 90-day plan chat. You already printed yours out. Matter of fact, type a 1 in the chat if you've printed your 90-day plan out already. And when I say 90-day plan, I'm talking about the 90 days of excellence, this sheet right here. You've already printed it out. And let me get a 2 if you've been following it this week and have the boxes filled in for this week. And it's right in front of you and you're ready to discuss what's going on. You're ready to get some help with it. You're ready to get some support. Okay, cool. We're going to wait till we get a few more 2s in here because now it's getting a little, the 1s was going crazy. 2s is a little different. Okay, so because we didn't have an introductory call, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go over each one of these just to make sure that we all understand what these are meaning. So starting with the daily no matter what's. You guys, the purpose of the 90-day plan is so that you are following something every day. You're not waking up in the morning, oh my God, what am I going to do today to grow my Herbalife business? No, you already know I got to do my PD. I got to follow my nutrition plan. I have to talk to 5 people about the products, et cetera, et cetera. And so that you have something consistently to follow to grow your business so that we can get to these levels that we want to get to and we can earn this income that we want to earn. So starting off with the daily no matter what, 30 minutes of personal development. That's as plain as it gets. I'm not going to keep going on that. Y'all know you could do book, audio, podcast, whatever feeds your soul. Let it feed your soul. Everybody is different. Following your nutrition plan. The reason why this says following your nutrition plan and not going to the gym is because we know which one is more important. We can go to the gym and not eat right. So if you didn't eat right, you don't get a 10% for that. Following your nutrition plan is the key. Having your shake, tea, and tabs 3 times a day is the key. So I just want to make sure we're real clear on that. Going to the gym does not give you a 10 for number 2. Following your nutrition plan and going to the gym gives you a 10% on that. Okay, so number 3, invites, flyers, fit camp, club, 21-day challenge, STS, HOM, whichever platforms or things that you plug into, cool. Let's make sure that we're inviting to that. It can be 10 fit camp flyers, 5 invites to a to a 21-day challenge, doing face-to-face, and 2 HOM invites. Cool, we did invites. We invited to the things that we have going on. I didn't put a number here because I want y'all to set it. You know how many flyers you need to get because we have different goals. So that's why there's not a number there. Cool. Follow up, same thing. That could be with your clients, potential distributors that you already have, preferred members. That's follow-ups. Talk to 5 people about the products in person, social media, doing a shake party is talking to 5 people about the products. Same thing for talking to 5 people about the business. That could be inviting to the HOM and having intentional conversations with 5 or more people about the business. Studying myherbalife.com and learning something new has been my favorite one, y'all. But that's pretty self-explanatory. There's so much to know on there. Check out the Learning Center, check out the Resource Center, and have fun with it. 2 to 5 intentional social media posts, story posts all day. That's Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whichever your heart desires. Be present and add value to all calls and chats. That does not mean plugging in and saying good morning. I'm going to just make it real clear right now. That's not what that means. That means answering questions, asking questions, adding value, giving a tip, reminding. If you've seen that nobody reminded anybody about the call, the family time call, go in there and remind everybody. Add some kind of value to the calls, to the chat. Calls, plugging in, being camera on. Obviously sometimes we can't always have our camera on because we're doing all different types of things, but being present. And then 10, gratitude journal. For some of us, it might be a mental journal, mental diary, laying in the bed at night, saying what you're grateful for, praying, and then making sure that your next day is planned out because you don't want to just be going to bed and not knowing what your day, because you're already wasting time the next day. And if you've been planning your next day out, you know how beneficial it is to already wake up in the morning and have your planner full of things. Quick reminders, commit to monthly events and always bring people with you. Extravaganza is this month. You ain't got your ticket on and you're on this call. We got a problem. But it's a problem that can definitely be solved because we still have a little bit less than 3 weeks to figure it out. But that goes for August STS, September STS, knowing when your STSs are and things like that. Saving 10% of your earnings is very, very important also so that we're not struggling when it comes to going to the events. So that we're doing Herbalife and we're making it make sense. Set weekly and monthly goals and always revisit them and self-evaluate. Okay, so I didn't want to spend too much time on that, but I felt like it was very important to go over each one of those. And then at the bottom, I would show my paper, but it's probably not going to even be clear. So what we're doing in the boxes at the bottom is you write the month right at the top. Then some of us are doing 80% or 8 out of 10, 90% and 90 out of 10. But whatever works for you, just write how many points you have for that day in that box. And then at the bottom of the box, write what numbers you missed. That way at the end of the week, or even before then, 3 days in a row, you've seen that you missed number 8, you have to figure it out. That way we're not waiting until 2 weeks and we're like, yo, we're still on 0. No, we're figuring out that we haven't been doing number 8, or we haven't been doing number 6, and that's why we don't have any business partners, because we're not talking to people about the business. So make sure that you write in the box also which numbers you're not completing. Or if you are completing them all, write 100% and put a smiley face. Whatever works for you. But I just wanted to quickly go over that. So yeah, that would definitely be helpful. I'm sure it's definitely been helping me, because I missed number 2 for a few days. And I'm like, oh, because I ate tacos. Like, what am I doing? That was never part of the plan. So that at the end of 90 days, I'm not questioning myself on why don't I have a new result? Why didn't I still not lose that weight? No, you already know, because you already figured it out, so that you don't have to go into a new week doing the same BS that got you nowhere in last week. Cool. So what I wanted to do, now that first of all, before I even move on, does anybody have any questions on any of the numbers 1 through 10? No questions. Erica, you good? I see you shaking your head. You Gucci to go? Yeah, I seen you. No, I knew that no meant you were good. No questions. And by the way, this is another thing I want to set the intention of the call, y'all. This call is to ask questions. This is not an Annie preaching the whole time. This is not a Mackenzie and Rosanna preaching the whole time. This is not a 7 preaching the whole time. This is y'all asking questions and we all answering. So if I got a question, I hope that y'all will be able to answer it for me too. Like, that's what this is. So just making sure that we know this is a question and answer call. Cool? All right. So I know that we had 2s in the chat. So we had people who filled out their charts this week. Can y'all do me a favor? And what I want y'all to do is drop what number you missed more than once in the chat. And I'm gonna do it too. What number you missed more than once? What 2 numbers did you miss more than once in the chat? And Imani put 6 and 8. Raquel put 2. I'm gonna do this. Whoa. Put my numbers in there. We got 6 and 9, which is talk to 5 people about the business and be present and add value on the calls. Number 5, number 8 and 10. Okay. I just wanted y'all to start actually looking at what you're missing. So that way you can ask questions on that and asking questions to yourself too. That was real, Tay. 5, 6, 8, and 9. Okay. I asked for 2 numbers. She gave me 4, but thanks for being honest. So now the question is, I'm gonna go with, by the way, if you typed in the chat, yeah, we're definitely spotlighting you, unmuting you, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this. That way we can all answer questions for each other and all be able to take notes and get really fix this before going into the next week. So Imani, you said that you missed number 6 and 8, which was talk to 5 people about the business and 2 to 5 intentional social media posts. So what I want you to do is figure out why, and then ask any question that you might have. Yes, I spotlighted you. Hey, Imani. Yes, I spotlighted you. Hello, darling. For anyone who's on this call to help you out with number 6 and number 8, or you can just be real with yourself if you know why you missed it. Go ahead.
I know exactly why I missed it. I really don't like posting. Okay, so the 2 to 5 intentional social media posts, I can post on my story, no problem. But actually creating a post 2 to 5 times a day is really hard. I can do one, no problem at all. I actually plan them out during the week. I mean, at the beginning of the week, I plan out what I'm going to post every day for Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Thankful Thursday. But posting it more than 1 time a day, it's really hard and difficult. And the talk to 5 people about the business, I've been so used to inviting so I can get them to the spot so that they can see the business versus just going straight to the business.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer, and then I want anyone to have a response for her too. So my first response for anyone who's struggling with number 8, which was a few people, 2 to 5 social media posts, we had like 4 or 5 people say they were struggling with number 8. So here's what I want y'all to think about. If it's the part where you don't know what to post, right? Some of us might have that issue. Like, I don't know what to post. I'm sure you've heard this before, but I'm gonna give it to you again for anyone who hasn't heard it. This is what I follow by what me and Seven, what we follow by what to post. Okay. So we take 2 to 3 out of these 6 things. So the first one is going to be a transformation. Can you write this as I talk? Just so I can remember it and then take a picture of it. The first one is going to be a transformation. The second thing is going to be something with the products in it. Like it could be a tea in your food, a tea in you, a mint mask, a picture of you in the gym with Rebuild, something with the products in it. It could be a picture of you eating a protein bar. Imani, in your case, could be you with some Beauty Booster because that's what you do. It could be a picture of you in your tab box, whatever. The next thing would be, where am I at? The transformation picture was number 1. Number 2 is you with the products. Number 3 is something demonstrating you living a healthy, active lifestyle. Healthy, active lifestyle. So in the gym, doing yoga, something that has to do with mental health. Anything. It could be you meditating. It could be something about personal, a picture. It could be whatever. The 4th thing is going to be something with a friend, family member, teammate, your coach, your kids, your pets, something with you and somebody else. Okay. And that could be anything. We don't want to just herb life all over the place. We want to show people that we have friends. We have a regular life. We are people outside of her. We're not just a green leaf. I'm Annie. I'm not Herbalife. Okay? I'm actually Annie Saf. You want to take it all the way there. So that was number 4. Number 5 is going to be something motivational. A motivational quote, a motivational video, anything to motivate your followers, the people that you enroll, those face-to-face people that you meet. Because remember, the things that we're posting on Instagram is our store. So when we go meet somebody in public and they go to our Instagram, you want them to say in their head, yo, she really is about what she was talking about when I met her out in public. Like, I do trust her now because these are strangers and you're building trust, right? So, and then that was going to be number 5. Number 6 is going to be a picture of you cleaned up, dressed up, looking good, movies, just a picture at the pool because it's summertime, a picture with you with regular clothes on, showing that you're actually real life too. A lifestyle picture. Okay? Imani, that would be you in that black dress. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, just joking. All right, anyway, so that would be that. Does that help? Yes? For people who are like not knowing what to post. Now, the second part of not posting and struggling with number 8 would be you don't have the time to type out the caption. You don't even know what the caption is going to be. You don't, whatever. Plan it in advance. As soon as you have that picture, like for example, I took a picture today and the way I was feeling in that picture, I have a lot in my brain for it. So I'm going to go ahead and type it and I'm going to be posting it tomorrow. So you'll see what I had on today in my picture tomorrow because that's when I wanted to post it. I have my Thankful Thursday already in my drafts because I know what I'm posting on Thankful Thursday. So as soon as you have it, save it in your drafts. Like and number 5 was a motivational post, Mom, to answer your question. But that was the two things that normally like be a struggle with posting. And if the last thing, if you just don't feel like it, cool. Don't complain though. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Don't say nothing when you don't. These things are on here for a reason. Let me just say that. When you have that face-to-face and they go to your Instagram and they don't build that trust, you can't complain when they don't follow through. You can't complain when they don't come to fit camp, because we're helping you build your store with this Instagram post thing. Okay, not only to enroll your people now, but it's to build your store for the people that you're going to meet. Cool. All right, and the other thing was, Imani, what was the other thing? I got so wrapped up in social media. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
With your social media posts, so you post these 6 things, 2 to 5 of these 6 things every day. Do you also still go by like Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday?
Yeah. So for example, since we're doing 2 to 5, right? Though let's just say it's Monday, you want to definitely do Motivational Monday, and then you pick one for the other ones. Like maybe I'm gonna do Motivational Monday and I'm gonna post a picture of me in the gym, because that should me showing that I'm living a healthy, active lifestyle. Then Tuesday comes, I'm gonna do Transformation Tuesday, and I'm gonna do a picture of my tea with my food. Then Wednesday comes, I'm gonna post a picture with me and the team, and I'm gonna say, yo, who wanna come join us for HOM invites? And I'm also gonna do whatever Wednesday is. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool.
And my other thing,
yeah.
What was you saying?
No, you're answering my question.
You said my other thing. Oh, it was that I've been more focused on inviting to something so that they can see the community versus me inviting straight to the business. I mean, I would still post like a invite to the HOM on my story, but I would rather invite you to Fit Camp or to STS, and then we can go from there.
So for anyone who is new on the call right now, or is having that same thing with inviting to the business, I want y'all to, one, you don't have to like teach them the marketing plan. Just telling them that there's a business opportunity there is what I mean. You get what I'm saying? I don't want you to beat them over the head with, yo, let's get to supervisor. But let them know that there's a business opportunity there. So for example, if I just met you, I'm going to tell you, yeah, I do Herbalife. Here's how you can do it too. You can come to Fit Camp with me, girl. And I see that you work at wherever, whatever, and you said something, because you know you're asking people questions, you listen to them. There's also a business opportunity with it too. Let's get you some results, and then I'm gonna show you how to earn the income. I just invited you to the business without pushing it on you, and I still talk to you about the business. You get what I'm saying? So for anyone who's new, that's one way. And then the other thing is, go to your client base that you have right now and invite them to the business. Talk to them about the business. Simple things, simple ways, y'all. I invite my clients, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe Lee, just to use Lee for an example. I'm like, girl, your results so good, you should be getting paid for them. I'm about to talk to her about the business. That's my client. Or could you use some extra income? Because I know people are asking you about what you have going on right now. These are ways to talk to your clients about the business without banging the business over their head. Some people might want to turn it into a career. Some people just want extra income. But those are different ways to talk to people about the business. Thank you, Imani, by the way, because I'm sure that your questions just helped pretty much everybody who's on this call right now. Does anybody have anything that they want to add to that has helped them?
Do we have to raise our hands in the app? No? Oh, okay. So, hi guys, Mackenzie and Rosie. But for social media, one of the things that's been really working for us in terms of talking to people about the business. First of all, Imani, when you're posting, or anybody who's posting, one thing I've learned is just post your life. Like I think Seth said it on one of the calls before, and Annie said it. Just post your life. So many times you get caught up in trying to create stuff that is like, oh my God, and then it becomes fake, and then it becomes hard to do, right? So if you just document your stuff, whatever your life is about. Imani, you work in the medical field, post about that, about something around it, so it could be really relatable and natural. There's one thing Rosie does a lot, especially in the stories. I saw Shannon, I think, asked about it. So if she's talking about our baby, she packs her clothes and say, guys, this is what we're doing. And people are drawn to that because that's your life. That's what's going on. We're not going to create this and be like, okay, all right, now we're going to sit in this corner. Now we're going to do this. Hey, stay right there. Do this. No, just be natural, be yourself, and people will be drawn to that. So I think that's one of the things that's been working.
Just to add to what Mackenzie said, for me personally, I hated social media with a passion. Part of the reason is I always had a team, public relation person managing my social media page as a pageant queen. So when it came to doing the business and running it myself, I absolutely hated it. But to be transparent, one of the reasons why I hated it was we played a comparison game and we played a numbers game. We play the comparison game where we look at women or men. We look at what other women are doing and how natural it is for them and how many times they post, how many followers they have, but they have to start somewhere to get somewhere. Work the lane that you're in.
Your niche is very important.
Your niche is very important, and that's all that matters. For me, it's pageantry, it's modeling. I'm going to work the lane that I'm comfortable in. Imani, it's a medical field. Whoever loves to sing, dance, if you just love to speak to people face to face, if you love to take pictures of random stuff. Yesterday, Mackenzie said, I'm going to take like landscape pictures, random stuff. Whatever you love to do, it doesn't matter. You work your lane and do not play the comparison game, because then it's when the preset mindset comes in of, oh my God, this is hard. When in actuality, it's not hard. You're just playing a comparison game and telling yourself, nobody's going to like my post. And you put all the doubt in your head before you even do it. You knock it down before you do it. So don't play the comparison game. Just put it up and let it build.
Thank you, Mackenzie and Rosanna, for your value. You guys are absolutely amazing. I hope that y'all were taking notes during that, because they gave you guys very tangible things that you could start doing with your social media now, like right now. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to answer this question. Babe, did you want to answer it? You want me to? Story poster.
Awesome.
Okay. Seven's going to answer the question that Shannon put in the chat, since we're talking about social media. She's going to answer the question that is about story posting. Before I pass it over to her to answer this, I noticed that not everybody, we have 26 participants on and we only got like 10 replies on the numbers that y'all needed help with in the chat. So if y'all could please, because this is what we're going off of what y'all are giving us. So if you could please put your numbers that you struggled with this week, that way we can make sure that we get y'all some help before moving into the next week. So in the meantime, put your numbers in right now.
What's up, you guys? It's 7. Hey, brother, you look like you haven't seen me or something. Current active world team member. So I wanted to go ahead and say a 90-day plan helps with changing pins. So if you're not, like Annie said, please, y'all, this call is solely for everybody to grow. Like, it's literally for everybody to grow. We wanted to implement a way for everybody to grow and learn, for if you have questions to ask. So this call is basically put into the time exactly for that. So don't not ask questions. And if you haven't started your 90-day plan yet, put in the chat of why you haven't started. So then maybe we can help you to get started. So if you haven't, and you can be honest with yourself, if you haven't dropped your paper in the chat, your 90-day plan paper in the chat of whichever, Braveheart, Diamonds, doesn't matter, whichever chat you're in, if you haven't dropped it in there, you don't know where to start, if you haven't even printed it out yet, drop that in the chat and then maybe why, so that we can help you get started. So I wanted to answer with Shannon with, as far as story posting. So the things that I post on my page are of quality to go on my page. So you know how when you go to the store, it's mannequins in the front with the new outfits, it's fresh, it's popping, and it's some stuff that's in the back that it still looks really good, but it just wasn't going in the front. So that's how I look at posting on my story. Now, my story, there's not going to be now there are going to be some things that are no matter what on my story. Shake tea and tabs. Why? Because that same person that told me no in January going to tell me yes in July, because they see I'm still consistent. You're going to see it every single day. It's going to be a shake on there every single day. It's going to be some type of Herbalife product on there every single day. But your story is a big broadcast to show your personality. Show people you're more than Herbalife in your story. Talk to people in your story. Tell them why you're on your products. What is this doing for you today? Let me tell y'all, like, you don't have to be a salesman. This is your story is showing who you are. Your story sells yourself. because there's some good gems in the back of the store that's not at the front. Now, the things that are going on your page are high quality pictures. It's your store. But there are still great and amazing parts of your life that can be broadcast in your stories. Because I've gotten clients simply off of the story. It's those funny moments that you have on there. It's me going to Mackenzie's story every day to see pictures of Rosie and videos of her walking around so I can laugh and be like, oh, she ready to pop. It's me going on Shannon's page. Why? Because Shannon's always posting in her story videos of her working out. So I know if I go to your story, I'm going to see a workout. And you might post how you used to look when you worked out versus how you're working out now, and I'm going to get motivated. I'm going to post those transformations that I don't post on my page because my page is about me, but I can post other people's transformation pictures in my story as well. So your story is the icing on top of the cake. That's basically where you need to be able to show your personality. Of course, as always, still keep it cute, keep it professional, but show people who you are in your story. So if you want to break it down into story post versus your actual post on your page, is my post on my page is that picture that I asked Imani to retake 15 times because I need it right. In my mind, I already got how it's going to go. Like that's your story post. That's you planning out your post. And on your page. And your story is going to be, who am I? Outside of these posts you see on my page, I'm, like Annie said, showing people that you're still human, that is still something more to you, that I can go through my story and describe 10 different products. I love doing unboxing on my pages, unboxing in my stories, stuff that I can't overload you with on my actual Instagram. Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on is the app. Mel asked about the app. Anytime that there is, as far as like an app to add on to your Instagram and stuff like that, one thing that I've learned in Herbalife is you don't have to fix anything that's not broken. I don't have to add on more work. I don't have to add on more things for me to do. So with that being said, Instagram gives you, the best thing I can do is give you, go make alarms to put these are the 3 times that I'm posting, and the alarm needs to say post on Instagram. Outside of that, you can save it in your draft so that you're not adding more work, because now you're adding on another app. Then you got to go through that app. You're going to get in the app, forget why you in the app, then get back to Instagram. Now you scrolling and you ain't even post your picture. But if you have it in your drafts, if you go to post, it's already in your drafts. You can go and type the caption. You can exit back out of it. Save the caption that you do want to post. Like those type of things so that you're not adding more to what's already there and available for you and for free and not taking up space on your phone. Cool? Cool. Thank you guys for the questions. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Annie so that we can go over what's next.
Okay, so like I said, if y'all ain't taking notes, I don't know. But I'm going to go through the numbers now that we got some more numbers on here. So I'm, of course, going to have to go on someone who has their camera on. So Tay Green. Hey, Taylin girl. I know that you said we did social media, so you're good. Invites. No one's really talked about that, so I'm going to go and just spotlight you real quick so you can, one, either ask a question or share what's been your struggle with inviting, and then we already talked about talking about the business to people. So go ahead.
Andy, you would. Okay. So you actually kind of touched based on it when you were talking about not really like inviting to the business and not really like pushing it. Really, it's just like I feel like I overthink it and I say more than I should, and then it's kind of just like a turn off. So, and then really just kind of, I need to get back into coming to Fit Camp every Sunday. So I have that as a business tool as well. So that's really the biggest thing is like inviting to the business and then like actually having like a consistent event to invite them to every week.
Okay, so something that you just said, one, Mackenzie said it in the chat, or Rosanna said it in the chat. They said it in the chat. Rosanna. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink anything in this business. It's a very, very, very simple business if we make it to be. Like literally this 10 things every day, you just repeat it and don't think about it too much. Your business can and will flourish. Don't overthink it. That's number one. I just want to put an emphasis on what you said to yourself. Number two, y'all, and this is for everybody, find out what your platforms are going to be. That way you're not all over the place. I don't want anybody to be like, don't know what to invite to because they're all over the place trying to do way too many things. Figure out your 1 to 3 that you're going to use, that's going to work for you, that you're going to be excited about. So if you love working out, which Tay, I know you love working out. I seen you at Bricks on Saturday. If you love working out, start your own fit camp, plug into what we have to offer right now, and let that be your thing. That's what I did because I loved working out. Anyone who knows me, my name is Hard Body Princess for a reason. I love working out. I love challenging people. I love challenging myself. So of course it would make sense for me to do a fit camp and that be my thing. Figure out what your thing is going to be. Okay, so we have 21-day challenges, another one of a phase. If you're going to do 21-day challenge, commit to it, especially for this 90 days. And just invite to that. Figure out what your platform is going to be, though. That's what I highly suggest everybody doing. If you're writing notes right now, ask yourself, what are my 3 platforms? What am I excited about inviting to? Because if you don't have something that you're excited, like when I do my face-to-face, I'm like, yeah, we got a 21-day challenge. Let me show you the winner from last month. You got to be excited like that. We got a fit camp every Sunday. Me and Seven, we battling neck to neck with this fit camp thing. We are excited when we talk to people. We're like, Nia, we're going to spotlight you in a second because these paragraphs, yeah, I'm about to spotlight you. But Tay, be excited about what you are inviting to and figure out what your things are going to be. And after that, I really feel like the rest is history. So if it's fit camp, come on back, baby girl. And be like, hey, when you show up to fit camp, you know you can do the workout lead. If that's what's going to fire you up to do invites, cool. Be like, y'all, I want to be on workout lead 2 weeks in a row. Let's get it. You have that opportunity. You have the opportunity to go create your own. So that's my response on that. Nia, honey. Oh, Nia. Talk to us. What you need help with? What's going on?
All right. So being in Buffalo, you guys hear me, right? Because sometimes my computer acts up. All right. Being in Buffalo, I feel like it's kind of hard with, doing a lot of like face-to-face and everything. And one thing I know is like, one, I don't have a car. So like, I do like a lot of like public transportation when it comes to going around Buffalo. I thought about doing a fit camp though, but then I had to remember that I'm not going to be here for long in Buffalo because I'm only up here for school. But I have thought about the Satellites Club, which me and Seven was talking about. So I just wanted some advice, not only like on like in-person invites and like, like what really to bring to Buffalo.
One question. How long are you going to be in Buffalo?
Only for a year.
That's a little bit of time to you. Your whole life can change in a year. You could change. I thought you was about to be like, just 1 more month. Then I would have understood. 1 year is a long time. Do you know how much change for Annie Buffins in 1 year? A lot. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that we was clear on that real quick.
Okay.
You are going to be there for more than enough time to build a business out there. Right. And the thing about, building a business and starting off with a fit camp, you're going to build coaches while you're there. You're not going to have to stay in Buffalo. You can let those coaches run it. They're going to have their own businesses and you're going to move to wherever you're moving to. So it's not, Herbalife is not something that it's not a nutrition club where you're signed into a lease for 3 years. Fit camp, you can get up and leave it whenever you want to, as long as you're using it for its purpose in building coaches and clients out of it. Okay. So you can, and you will start a fit camp. So let's go ahead and start doing, go back to that fit camp document, figure out what the date is going to be, figure out what the location is going to be, and start inviting to that. So that's my advice to you. Even if it's just starting off with you, just make sure that you're manifesting and you're having an intention of growing a team that's going to run itself when you leave, and clients who are going to be getting good results that are going to turn into coaches that are going to have their own fit camp when you go home or to wherever you're going. Okay?
Okay.
So that's to answer that paragraph. Now, I know that you said, let me back up to your numbers that you had 2, 8, 9, and 3. Ooh, 2. What's up with you following your nutrition plan, man? Hey, that ain't nothing that nobody on here need to ask a question about either. Okay,
no.
If you have a question about it, ask your question. But before you can even ask your question, this is what I'm going to say. Number 2 says, follow your nutrition plan with an exclamation point for a reason. That's the only one on there next to plan your day with an exclamation point for a reason, y'all, because it's the simplest one. That in Herbalife, what we do, we build our business, but it starts with our body. Yeah. And it starts with us having our shakes, and it starts with us having our tape, and it starts with us having our tabs. It's a must in this business. Okay? Yes? Okay, so what's your thing with number 2, 8, 9?
With me, like, I drink, like, my shake and my tea every day. For the most part, like, I make sure, like, I put on my story, you know, like, what I'm doing overall. But I just think, like, sometimes, like, I kind of sometimes could get out of hand when it comes to, like, eating, like, you know, like, lunch, for example, like, when I choose to, like, have, like, you know, like, of course, like, the third meal. So I feel like that's just something, me personally, I have to learn how to do it, although sometimes I do meal prep, but, like, I don't know, ever since I started, like, drinking the shakes and the tea, like, sometimes I don't even get appetite. So I just be like, okay, like, whatever. Like, I don't know, like, do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, but what happens when you meal prep? You follow your nutrition plan?
Yeah, when I meal prep, yeah, of course.
So why do you sometimes do it?
Again, like, sometimes just not having a car, like, I don't have access all the time, like, you know, like, to go to Walmart and stuff like that. So it's like, I sometimes have to, like, deal with what I have. So that's more of, like, a personal thing I have to overcome, you know? But, like, I'm just saying, like, that sometimes, like, gets in the way for me.
Okay, so, real quick, and this is for anybody, it might be anything. It might be a personal thing, right, for why you can't do invites. It might be a personal thing for why you can't, I ain't got no Wi-Fi, can't get on the calls during that time because I don't have no Wi-Fi and my phone is off. I don't know what it may be. It might be a personal thing for whoever it is, y'all. But the thing is, what the goals that we set out, our goals don't care. Our goals need us to make a way. Your goals don't care that you don't have a car. Your goals don't care that your phone is off. Your goals don't care that you don't have a place to print out flyers. Your goals need you to make a way. Your why, why you want to do this and why you need the income, it needs you to make a way. And I'm talking to you if this is something that you seriously want to do and your goals are something that you seriously want to reach. Make a way. Make it happen. And I'm talking to myself too. Make it happen. It's a no matter what. It's a daily no matter what for a reason. Okay, so that's my advice to anybody on any of the numbers. If you have a circumstance in your life, and we always say this, it could be a damn good reason. Not having a car, Nia, is a damn good reason of why you can't meal prep. But your goals don't care. So there's that. I'm going to pass it to 7 because she wants to talk about the importance on number 9 because we've seen that one a few times in the chat, and Nia had that on her numbers that she was struggling with as well. So number 9 is being present and adding value to the calls and the chats. Before I pass it to her, does anybody have a specific question on that? If not, she's just going to go over the importance of why it has to be a no matter what. Any questions on number 9? Buffalo might be different. Wow, Nia. Okay. I'm going to pass it to her then so she can talk about the importance.
Hey, you guys. So I see nobody had a question on it, but the first thing I'm going to tell you, and you can write this down on your paper, success leaves clues. I'm going to say it again. I'll say it over and over and over again. Success leaves clues. And the reason I say that is because the most successful people in the business are the main people that are in the chats. And when I say in the chats, that's dropping what you're doing, dropping how you're getting a client, speaking up, saying great morning to somebody is not being in a chat. It's not a great morning chat. Sometimes I don't even come in and say great morning because you already know it's a great morning when you wake up. You wake up, God gave you another morning, it's a great morning. But actually adding a value is a difference. And I'll tell you guys, when I first started the business, the first thing I said in the chat was, I don't understand how you guys do these chats and these calls all the time. It's so overwhelming. Steven said, when you start taking your business seriously, you'll understand. And it hit me in the chest at first because I was like, why would he say that? But now I get it because now the chats aren't overwhelming to me. I get in the chat before it's a new notification drop. The first thing I do if I do something successful, the first thing I think is to get inside of the chat. The first thing I want to do is ask if there's a question. The questions that are asked right here on this 90-day call could be asked in the chat, but you're not present in the chat. When your business is growing, you're going to show up for it. And in order for your business to grow, you have to show up for it, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if you don't have a team yet in the chat, you're supposed to be in the chat like your whole team is watching, because your team is going to do what you do. And if you're not in the chat, when you get a team member, they won't be in the chat. And if you're not plugged in, then you're plugged out. The chats make you excited. The top lists that are dropped in the chat make you excited. The people dropping a bloop in the chat should fire you up for you to drop a bloop. But it's a difference if you're not adding value to the chats, you don't understand it. But imagine yourself, the Urban Vendor chat has about 300 people. Braveheart chat got about, 200 people. Diamond chat got about 50 people. Imagine yourself that's your team. The whole thing is your downline. And you got to be the first one. You got to be the one that's in the chat the most, right? So you have to show up in the chats that are already there so that you then even know how to show up for the team that's coming. You have to add that. You have to want to add that value. You have to want to add to the chats and the calls. The more I add to the chats and the call, the more my volume goes up. The more I add to the chats and the call, the more my downline knows how to show up. But you have to, like Mackenzie just said, you have to want to do it. Even when you don't want to. You have to wake up and get in the chat and say, have I dropped something today? And the easiest thing for you to do is, are you even dropping your 90-day plan sheet? That's adding value because you're going to remind somebody else to drop theirs. Are you even dropping if you got a new client? Are you dropping a bloop? Are you dropping a this is my countdown to extravaganza? Are you dropping anything? And if you're saying no to a lot of those things, you can start now. When the flyer dropped for the call, did you drop and say that you were as excited? Are you cheering for your team members just as much as they would be cheering for you? Or are you only showing up when the recognition is for yourself and showing up to say thank you? Because it's beyond that. It's beyond just you. This Herbalife is something that's going to always be beyond just you. That's why just by yourself, you can only grow to World Team. If it was just about you, you would be able to get bonuses at World Team, and you can't. So with that being said, you have to be able to be prepared to add as much value as you want put back into you. And the thing that I was told, which I'll always keep with me, is show up as the distributor you would want on your team. And that's why 7 shows up in the chats all day, because that's how I want my team to show up. And I'm going to keep showing up until they show up just like that. And even when they show up, I'm going to show up even more so that their team knows how to show up and that we all as an organization show up even more. And if you're afraid to be in the chat, imagine if Annie, Rosie, Mackenzie, 7, Steven, the main people, Shannon's that are in the chat disappeared. How would the chat be? If we didn't want to add value. So you have to show up just like that because it's a team effort, it's team growth, it's about all of us. We all eat. That's why it's a thing. So with that, you guys, it should be an exclamation point next to that one too, because that's something that should just be a no matter what. Because even if your volume hasn't moved all day, getting in that free Telegram chat isn't going to hurt you. Cool? Cool. I know that kind of hit in the chest a little bit, but that's something I take very personally, because even if I don't have anything happen to me that day, my thing is I get in the chat to help grow other people, because them growing means that I can grow too. So I'm going to pass it back to Annie, you guys.
Okay, so I know that we almost went over every single one except for number 10. Did we go over number 10? Anybody had that one? And we need to go over it? Okay, Lanier is answering my question. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what to say in the Herbalife chat. Any advice? I think she kind of just went over that. And to add on to what she said, ask questions. You had a conversation that day that could help somebody else, I'm sure, especially you, Shannon. Ask questions. Give out what you're doing. In order to receive, you have to give. Okay? Give out something. She's like she said, starting with your sheet. I could send my sheet to Tay and tell you what went well for me. I invited somebody to Fit Camp. They're ordering their products tomorrow. So that in itself is something that you could drop. Right? Yes, you can. Something that Melania just said. What does your day look like? What are you planning to do today? What are you excited about today? The same, and she said the same thing that you dropped in the Diamond chat. I didn't know that's what you were trying to say, Shannon. The Herbavenger chat. Is that what you meant? That you meant Herbalife. Anyway, all the chats are the same, y'all. We all need the loving. And then whatever you want to receive from everybody else, don't block off what you're receiving. Don't block off what you're giving for certain chats.
Forward it.
Yeah, like Seven said, hit them 2 buttons and forward it. Don't block it off. So that's that. And I'm going to spotlight Mackenzie and Rosanna because they have something to add as well.
Just to add to what you were saying, Annie, I think a lot of the one of the main reason that a lot of people are scared to add value in the chat is because they don't think that they're worthy enough to add value. They probably feel like they're new in the business or they've been there for years and they're not pulling weight for themselves or their own team, but that is not the case. This is not about you. This is about the people surrounding you and how you can help them. Adding value, you don't have to be making 1,000 documented volume points or you could be doing, I'm not saying to do this, but I'm just saying your effort is what matters. That's all that matters. The effort that you put into adding value. Personally, it took us a while to get people on our team, distributors, but we weren't sulking or anything. We still had to show up for the team that we wanted, and we still have to show up for our uplines, the entire organization, because it's a team thing. It is not a me thing, myself thing, our thing. So we still have to show up no matter how many distributors, no matter how much clients, no matter how much money, no matter how much stress, no matter the struggle. That is how you grow. This is an environment to help you grow mentally, emotionally, not just physically. And trust me, the chats are it's more than just what you think it is. If you actually take time to look in the chat, like Mackenzie was saying, you get all the answers to everything. It is not just a business chat. You get answers to everything. So just to add, you are worthy no matter what or how long you've been in the business. If you're new, you're old, whatever you consider yourself, that is how you will move when you show up.
5 seconds, right? Understand, if we start to understand the lineage of people that's in our chats, right? If you go from some people are new, but from Black Prez to Garen to Super to Steven and what they and then going down to Annie, if you start to understand how much people reach out to them and they don't really say nothing much, if you start to understand that, then you start to understand the value that we have, who's surrounding all these great heavy hitters, right? So once you start to understand that and you start to type in the chat and they answer, Steven is a President's Team member. Get that in your head, period. And he takes time to answer back and he takes time to do these stuff. Same thing with Annie. People kill to talk to Annie. People kill to talk to Annie. I see for myself. So we have that at our hands. So don't be shy. This is, if you want to know how to make $1,000, $2,000, here's somebody who's making $9,000. If you want to know how to make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, there's Steven right there. That's what I meant by saying these are the answers. All the answers are in the chats, right? So that's just something to really think about and to not take for granted.
All Okay. Y'all, to close out this call really quick, if you have pen and paper, we're going to go over something really quick, and then we're going to hop on over to family time call. I'm going to share our screen real quick, and Seven is going to go over with y'all a few things. It's kind of like the 90-day plan, but extended and what's deeper than those 10 steps. Other things that are really, really important. So I'm going to shut up, and we are going to go over this. And thank you once again, Mackenzie and Rosanna, for your input.
Okay, you guys, like Annie said, real quick, because we're going to get over to family time. Don't worry about screenshotting Mackenzie. We're going to send it to both the Braveheart chat and the Diamond chat. I see everybody got their phones out and ready. But just wanted to go over some things, you guys. Must-haves is what are your why, and know it and see it often. For instance, one of my whys is growing my personal family. As far as like me and Annie, I did something today that fueled my why. And when we say know it and see it often, means whatever you have to do to go see it. If your why is so that maybe you never had a car, your why is so one day that you can just have a car, go drive that car. So figure out what your why is. What are your distractions and how you can eliminate them? That's something that you have to be really real with yourself and say what distracts you. What is it that distracts you? Because the things that are deeper on this paper is not about what your sponsor needs to see. It's actually about the things that are distracting you. You have to be real with yourself. So really digging deep into what is distracting you. If being around that one friend is distracting you, you can write that one name down. This person is distracting to me, and I honestly can't afford during these 90 days to hang out with them. And I have to be able to let them know that, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't, just because we get into the wrong things that we're not supposed to be doing, so I can't do it right now. And it's just fine, because this is where you want to go in 90 days, not anybody else. So objectives, where do you want to be at the end of the 90 days? That's going to be like your pin. What are you now? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be in the next 90 days? Me personally, our team on the way to global expansion team on the way to get 2.5. What level VIP will you be at LDW October 2019? That takes knowing the VIP levels, knowing that you have to hit supervisor to start being VIP, knowing what LDW actually is. How many people or supervisors will you bring? If you're talking about LDW, it's supervisors. How many other people are you helping grow on your team to a supervisor? Next thing is going to go into your goals, physical, mental, monthly. How much do you want to have monthly as far as like income, retail clients, preferred members, distributors, and volume? Y'all, and again, we'll go over this more in detail next week, just so that we can all hop on family time. Daily commitments. Did you follow your 90-day plan and send it to the chat? And I'm saying sending it to the chat because that's adding value. And so somebody can hold you accountable for you saying I didn't do 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. Send it to a chat. What are your no matter what's? Daily commitments. What are you doing no matter what? And the last thing that is very, very, very important to me, anybody on here with a 90-day plan, clean your soul. What makes you happy and how can you fill your cup? I love riding my bike. I ride my bike without my phone. I ride my bike and I take pictures to myself. I turn my chats off. Why? Because that's something that makes me happy. Family time is something that fills my cup. Saturdays, phone's not in my hand. So this is what do you need to do to fill you back up? Whether it has to be daily, I have bathroom time daily, or it has to be once a week. Is it your family time once a week? What is it that's going to fill you up to keep going and replenish you? And what is something new to try that you can try and get uncomfortable, get used to things, keep going? So you guys, first off, I want to thank everybody for showing up to this 90-day call, because of course we want to grow everyone, grow everyone, grow everyone. I'm happy to see what's to come, because the first time we started a call like this recently was the PD call, and it grew from 7 people to 150. So I'm excited to see what the 90-day plan will come from. I'm going to let Annie close out. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in attendance. Thank you for showing up for yourself and what's to come for this week.
Seven pretty much closed out, y'all. I just want to say, let's be better this week. Like, let's make this week better. Let's take these tips, these tools, and let's make it better. And this call will not be again next Sunday, but the Sunday after that. And we're going to head on over to family time, because I'm definitely hosting. So go ahead and get in the chat and get your hands raised, and let's talk about these positive shares. See y'all on the other call. Yeah.